There we go. All right. I want to thank everybody for being here. I absolutely appreciate it. Let me get one thing set up here. Huh. How come that's not working? There it goes. Hey, there we are. Let me get rid of this right here. Sorry, I should have had this done already. All right. I want to welcome everybody to tonight. Tonight is, by the way, um, what is it? Monday, November 4th, 2024. For those that don't know, my name is Rick Sadler. I'm the founder of Hit and Run Candlesticks. It has grown to where we have right way options. We also have BYOB. And I want to thank all the members that might be here in the room tonight. And I especially want to reach out and thank the Hit and Run Candlestick members because if it weren't for you, we would not be here. So thank you so much. And crazy, we have members that go back to when we first started. That far back. That was a long time ago too. So thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being here. A couple of things I want to remind you of before we get started. I only have about 10 slides. Bear with me. They'll be pretty quick. And then we're going to get into some charts, okay? But a couple of things I want to remind you of is for those interested in a 30-day trial, it's only $7. And you will be hanging out with what I think is the best trading group around. I think here at Hit Run Candlesticks we have absolutely the best group. Um, there's also Ed will post a link in here for a free Blue Ice Failure ebook that I wrote quite a few years ago, but it's still very much uh, right. So the years, nothing changes. Moving averages are still moving averages. Candlesticks are still candlesticks. So take advantage of that. I would also like to invite everybody. Of course, members, you can be in the trading room and ask questions live. But those that would like to listen in on our charts and targets chat pre-market 8:45 Eastern. If you're not a member, you can pick it up on YouTube, Facebook, or X live. Okay. If you're in YouTube, you can ask questions and I can answer you. X and Facebook, I don't think allow you to ask questions, and that's why we don't do that. So 8:45 Eastern every day, Monday through Friday. Join us for charts and targets. Okay. All right. Let's get started. My name again is Rick Satter. That is me on the right lower right side of your picture. However, that's me at a much younger age. I wish I still look like that. A little different nowadays. So what we're going to talk about tonight is the road to the wealth, road to wealth. For those of you that were around a few years ago, I was able to turn a $5,000 account into just shy of $80,000. I think it was like 18 months. And last year, let's see, this is 24, so 2023. So 2022, I had a $100,000 account, and I turned it into a $200,000 account. That was in 14 and a half months. Didn't quite make it in a year. Well, I'm going to do it again, and I'm inviting everyone to come on along with me, participate if you like, just watch if you like. Whatever works for you, you're more than welcome to join in. Just real quickly, I'm not going to read this, but I'm going to read a little piece of it right here. Investing and trading involves significant financial risk, and it is unstable or unsuitable for everyone. So I'm going to read. Look, we're all grown-ups here. You need to decide if you can afford to trade, if you can trade, and if you can't, you shouldn't, okay? Don't trade with your house payment. Don't trade with your grocery money. But if you've got some bucks left over and you want to try to trade, then the education is there, and we can certainly provide it. All right, let's talk about the Road to Wealth account. I'm going to stop right there for a second, and I'm going to share something with you. So this is the deal about a Road to Wealth account, and I did this a few years ago where I shared my account statement, and I will continue. I will do that again. The statement is not out for August, so I can't share that with you. But what I can share with you is my trading platform that has everything on it that you need to see, everything on it that I need to see. Now, you can see that I'm in Intel. You can see that the account is worth $3,562 right now. I started it at about the 4th of the month at $3,000. So I don't know what that is. August, October, I don't know. He meant October. Oh, yes. I started this last month, October. Yes, I see now. October. I started with $3,000. If you do the math, I'm well ahead of doubling my money in 12 months. And we'll talk more about that. What 12 months is and what I do, and I'm going to give you all the nuts and bolts to it. Anyway, I have no problem sharing this. I'll continue to do it. I'm going to turn this off right now so I can show you more. I can't show you more because my account number will come up, and that would just be wrong. So I'm going to turn that off, and now I can move this over, and we can look at something like account view, a list of my trades, everybody who's part of the Road to Wealth program, and all Hit and Run Candlestick members are part of that. You'll be able to see. I don't mind sharing what I buy and sell. I don't mind sharing how the account is doing, good or bad, because I know for a fact I'm going to have bad days. I might even have a bad month. Who knows? That's a fact of trading. You can see right there, it wasn't so good, was it? This is dollars. Anyway, I don't know why. Oh, dollars up, I guess is what it is. Dollars up. So a lot of transparency here. It's meant for anybody that would like to come along for the ride, come on along. Obviously, if you're a member, you're going to get much more detail in a much more timely manner. Other than that, if you want to hang in the background and wait till something's posted, you can certainly do that as well. That's up to you. So anyway, that is, let's see, trading. Let's go back to that. There we go. All right, I'm going to move this back down. There we go. I see one question here. Yes, Daryl. I trade mostly options, but it doesn't mean that I would not put on a stock trade, okay? I don't think it's possible for somebody to double their account. Well, that's not true. That's not true. If you had a $3,000 account, you bet all $3,000 on XYZ, and XYZ just skyrocketed, yeah, you could double your account, okay? I hope that works out for you. But yes, mostly with options. Very simple calls and puts. All I trade is directional calls and puts, that's all. Nothing fancy at all. So here's a few things that I want to, let's see, pin, make that blue. There we go. My goal is to double it in 1 year. I will tell you a little secret. My real goal is to times 2, or times 3, or times 4. I mean, I've done it before, and if you follow the rules that I will share with you tonight, if you follow the rules and you're pretty strict about it, you can do the same thing too. Most people don't follow the rules, and I will share with you. If I don't share with you, because I just thought of it, please remind me. I will share with you the number 1 rule most people break. I'm not going to do it right now, though. Okay, number 2. Like I said, you're more than welcome to follow along. I'll be very upfront. In fact, every day, members, if I forget to share my account with you before the close, please hit me over the head. Say, don't forget to share your account. Sometimes I get to working and I do forget. So I just need to get in the habit of doing it, and then I won't forget. Or in the morning, or anytime you want to see it, for that matter. I will be posting a statement monthly. I will be posting that for everybody. But all you're going to see on the statement is, this is what last month's numbers were, and this is what this month's numbers are. Okay, so that's all you're going to see on the statement. I'll black out my account number, black out my address, just like I did before, right from Tradier. Again, like I already mentioned, Hit and Run Candlestick members will have all details. H&R members are always alerted in the trading room and on the app, just in case they're not in the trading room, of stocks that we take and positions we close. I'll also post stocks that, hey, XYZ might look good. If I buy it, I will say buying XYZ. If I'm closing something, I will say closing XYZ. But if it just pops up that PAYO, P-A-Y-O, looks good or is setting up in a 3-8 trap, that does not mean I'm buying it. If I'm buying it, I will tell you I'm buying it. Whoops, there we go. Okay, let's start with a few basic rules. I beg of you tonight, hear me out through this presentation, okay? This is going to be short. There's only, I think, 10 slides. There's nothing fancy about it. There's not a lot of room for yak. We can do that looking at charts. But the text in here is important, all right? The number one rule, do not have large losses. You've all heard the saying, cut your losers and let your winners run. It took me a lot of years to figure out what that meant. And I'm telling you now, do not have large losses. That is a count killer. It will crush your count. It will ruin doubling it in a year. Number two, know when to trade and when not to trade. This right here is the number one rule that people fail on. Right here. This rule right here, right now, right there. Right there. That rule right there, Daryl, I'm going to use you as an example, okay? Just because you're there. So say Daryl starts trading. Daryl will break this rule. 100% of all traders will break this rule. The smart ones will figure out this rule. But the ones that fail it or don't follow it, what will happen is they will get their money taken away from them. And what they're going to do is they're going to blame Mr. Powell. They're going to blame whoever in the hell is elected president tomorrow. They're going to blame Wall Street. They will blame everybody and their brother except themselves. And this right here is the most important rule of all. You break that, you're going to go down in a flame of just burning fire. Okay? Number three, you must have a plan laid out. You must. I'm going to lay that plan out for you. Now, something I've said to many, many traders over the years, if you can't put your trading plan on a 3x5 index card, you've got too much crap in your plan. All right? You have to be able to put it on a 3.5-inch index card. Anything larger than that, more lines than that, you have got way too much going on. Way too much. Your brother Daryl and his other brother Daryl. Thank you, Steph. Appreciate that. All right. So I'm going to talk to you about my plan. This is it. This is it. There is nothing else. There really isn't. Number one. Let me get my pencil here. Number one. I want this. Okay. I use the SPY as my market. Qs would be number two. Sometimes I have to kind of look at them both, and sometimes, but by and large, I use the SPY, which is the ETF for the S&P 500. You can use the S&P 500. The reason I do that is because it has got a spattering of a lot of different types of companies. Now, I will admit that over the years, the S&P 500 has gotten a few more tech stocks in it that I would like to see, but it is what it is. And let's face it, if tech is tanking, so is the market. So I'm good with this. And here's what I want. I want the SPY to be trending. I want the 3 EMA to be above the 8 EMA, and I want the 8 EMA to be above the 17 EMA. That's not complicated. That's pretty easy, okay? I want my charts to be exactly the same way. Now, this is how I plan to double my account. Now, I have a larger account that I might trade in. And the larger account, in fact, when I post a chart, I probably should post something. When I post to members where I'm, that I'm buying something, I should post this is a road to wealth trade. Because in the other account, I have, because it's a larger account, I can take some freedoms. Maybe that is not the case for the market. But for the road to wealth account, I cannot afford to deviate from this. I cannot afford that, okay? So, do you have 100% of all conditions? It's either yes or no. Yes or no. There is no almost. There is no maybe. There is no, well, if this does that. It is either yes or no. 100%. These are the patterns that I trade. Now, there may be a couple other stuff stuck in here somewhere, but they all do the exact same thing. What I do is I trade a stock that's up, I trade the pullback, and then I want to buy as it turns up. I also would like to buy as it breaks out. That's it. It's not rocket science. Okay, all of these kind of do that. Okay, 3-8 trap, 8-17 trap yesterday. This one here, 8-17 trap yesterday. I want it over the T line today. Oh yeah, back to the old T line. Years ago when I created the T line, it was one of the greatest things I ever did. Now we've got things like the Trendicator. We've got things like the scanner that helps us put all this stuff together. I like to trade stocks that are below the highest high in the past 5 days. Let's see here. Let's make this red. Say 5 days, right? Below the highest high in 5 days. See how that might look. I like the pop out of the box setup. It's just simply a chart that's consolidating, but it's done this. Remember this here, right there, same thing. I like flags, tenants. I like to wait for the buyers to step in. Any members here can vouch for this. I do not take a chart that if it has a dark candle, I will add to a current position on a dark candle, but I do not buy on a dark candle. That candle has got to be green for me. And let's say this is support right here, okay? And let's do this. Say we're moving down, and let's give it a tail. I do not buy that. That is not support. I want to shout that out again. If I could have a megaphone, I would use that. That is not support. Support is only when buyers confirm it's support. You can have all the touches you want over here. That is not support until buyers buy it, okay? So I wait for a green candle. I do not shop for the best entry because I'm looking for this stock to move higher, and that's where we're going to make our money. That's how we're going to double our account and triple our account, all right? I enter near the T line or the Trendicator. Near the T line or the Trendicator. We'll look more of that on the charts. If you're looking short, believe it or not, I've just flipped the screen. You hardly don't see it. It's the same thing, except I want the SPY overall, the market, to be in a negative. So I want the Trendicator. This is the road to wealth trend is what this is. So I want the 3 less than the 8, and I want the 8 less than the 17. And that is my trend down. I want the chart I'm trading. I'm not a top picker. I'm not a bottom picker. More people have gone to the poorhouse trying to pull that crap off than you can shake a stick at. Oh, you'll win 1 or 2 of them, but in the long run, you won't be here 5 years from now if that is all you do. So I want my trend moving downhill. I want, let me do it this way too. Okay. So let's see, make that an arrow. There we go. I want the 3 EMA moving down. I want the 8 moving down, and I want the trend indicator moving down, just like that. And then when I'm looking at a chart, now I can look at it like this, and I can say the 3, whoops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. The 3 is below the 8, and the 8 is below the trend indicator. We now have a downtrend. Just opposed to the bullish would be just the opposite, and we have an uptrend. I get a lot of people say they think I don't ever short anything. That's not true. I short all the time. I'm going to make it right. I'll make the statement right now, right up front. I prefer to go long. Yes, I do. And probably 95% of all traders do as well. I'm sure there's somebody in here that all they do is short. You don't need to tell us. We believe you. But 95% of all traders would rather the market go up. Again, I enter near the T line or the trend indicator. So here's one big change right here. Where before, for the bullish side, this says below the highest high in the past 5 days. For bearishness, I look for above the highest high in the past 5 days. So what that would look like is this. Here we're tooling down. Whoops, let's make that red. We're tooling down. All of a sudden we pop up, and then we start back down. There's the 5 days, right? There's the 5 days. So we're creating that high to a low to a failed high, and then we're looking for the lower low. Hi, Linda. The T line is the 8 exponential moving average. We just named it the T line years ago because it became too cumbersome to say 8 exponential moving average 1,000 times a day. So, but it is just the 8. Okay. Thank you for asking. Let's see here. Next slide. Okay. Let's talk about losses. All right. I have seen it. I have lived it. I've done it. I'll work for a week and I'll make money. I'll work the next week and I'll make money. The next week, and you have losses in here. Everybody does, but they're small losses, you know. But overall, for the week, profitable for that week, profitable for that week. And then all of a sudden, I get in a situation, the market gets in a situation, I get in a situation, wherever you want to place blame, you can place the blame. But what happens is you lose money, you give all that week's money back, and you give this money back, and then you'll give this back. So what'll happen is you'll work 4 or 5 weeks, and you will only have 2 weeks of profits because you don't have the God-given sense to see what's happening in front of your eyeballs. I'm going to help you with that. It's called patience. And I'm going to help you with that in real life today, right now, today. All right. So this is painful. And this is something that just cracks me up right here. I'm not lying to you. It does. It cracks me up because I have been there. And because there are times in trading that I'm living it. Believe me, if anyone thinks that I make every trade a winner, you're out of your mind. If you think every week is a winning week, you're crazy. That's not true. And what happens here, forget the 10%. That's baby talk right there. Here, let's do this one right here. 40% loss. Okay. So let's say you take a 40% loss. And you should never take a 40% loss. It takes 67% to get your money back. Now, here's what I like to tell people. I mean, I don't like to say this. I really don't, because it's painful for you and me. But here's a case where you've been trading and you've been doing nothing but losing trades. Trade after trade after trade after trade. Your account drops now by 40%. So this is where I get the phone call from somebody, and I ask them, I said, they say, well, I keep losing money. I say, why do you keep trading? Well, I keep trading on hopes that I'm going to make some money. And I'm thinking to myself, and I usually don't think to myself, I usually spout it out. If you can't make money in the last 10, 15 trades, what in the world makes you think that you're going to make enough money to make 67% back? Now that's harsh. That's darn right mean, but it's the truth. And that's what traders need to hear. They need to hear the truth. They don't need to hear, come on over to my trading room. I'll call you. I'll blow smoke up your skirt. And hey, we're all good and you're going to make money. That is not true. If you don't have the education, it's not going to work out for you. Okay, so that's some straight up honesty right there. So if you lose money, say 3 trades in a row, stop trading. Just stop. Stop trading for a few days or for a day, or take a walk. Take your dog for a walk. Go out and have a smoke. Do whatever you do. But you need to step away from the situation because what you've been doing is not working. Do not let your account break down. That is so, so important. So what's with the elephant and the bird here? Some people know. What you want to do is you don't want to poop like an elephant and eat like a bird. Okay, so bottom line is you don't want to take 67% losses in positions and only make 10% in a position. That's pooping like an elephant and eating like a bird, and it doesn't work out. And if you have to turn that around if you want to double your account. I can help you with that, by the way. All right, let's go here. One more slide. There we go. Okay, so here, I want to share this with you. This is, well, use the Road to Wealth calculator. I'm going to give everybody the link right here. Copy that. I'm going to put this right here. Save this link. Save that link right there. Put it someplace where you can always get to it. I urge you to use this calculator. It's free. It's the whole Hit and Run Candlestick family's gift to you. Okay, so please use it. And let me show you what I mean here. So I'm going to try to do this like this. We'll do it like that. All right. So as an example, there's the account I started with, $3,000. Just plug in whatever you're starting with. It gives you how much you have to make a day, a week, a month to double your money. Now, this is set up for 210 days. It's set up for me. You're more than welcome to use it. I can tell you that you probably have close to 210 trading days as well. This includes, this eliminates weekends. It eliminates natural market holidays. It gives a couple weeks off for vacation. It gives some time off for being sick or just not feeling like trading. So you're not going to be far off what mine is right there. So this is all based on 210 days. For a $3,000 account, this should just make you you should just stop right here. And you just got to let that sink in. All you've got to do is profit $14.30 a day to double a $3,000 account. That's it, right? Now, it's not that I don't day trade, so I'm not closing something out every day necessarily. I don't focus on that one so much for closing it out. What I will do is focus on this one per week. I want to make darn sure that I have profited $71.43 a week, minimum. If we change this here to $15,000, by the end of the week, I better had profited $357. I look at this thing a lot. I follow this thing a lot. Okay? This is important. So here's the thing here. Go up to your account. There we go. Show. Go up to your account, do the math. You know how much your account is worth when you started, how much your account is worth now. You should be following this right here. All right. So this is a cool tool. And again, it's a gift from the entire Hit and Run Candlesticks, Right Way Options, BYOB, live trading alerts. It's our gift to everybody out there. So please, please use this. If you have questions, let us know, okay? I posted the link in there. Yeah, there we go. All right. Always know where you are. Always. I'll talk a little bit about that when we look at my account and the market today. Know where you are by the daily, on your weekly, your monthly goals. Goals should be after all those. Okay, continue to take profits into strength. Let's talk about that for a second. Just a quick sec. Let's change. No, let's leave it that. So let's say all you've got to do is $100 a week. Okay, and I don't know anybody's account size here. Don't want to know it right now tonight. Let's say you've got to do $100 a week, and let's say you're in one position right now, and you've got, I don't know, 3 contracts. Okay, 3 contracts, and that thing zooms up, and you're now up $300. What do you think you should do with it? And by the way, somebody of some stature, you think has stature, said there's a target up here, there's another target here, there's another target here. This thing is going to go to the moon, right? Your goal is to only be up $100. You got it, good son. You take that, and if you have 3 contracts, close 1 contract out, if not 2, maybe take 2 contracts off. So what you've done now is you put $200 in your pocket. You're ahead of the game. Go ahead and put a stop under that last contract, because what I have seen in a good market is that thing will continue to roll. And I've seen this move up here for another $300. One little contract. Now, for the person that's sitting back, well, hell's bells. I'm not going to close 2 contracts out. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to stay in it. You do that, mark my words. You write this down on a piece of paper, and at the end of 1 year, you let me know you did it, okay? I'll send you a dollar bill. If you did not, and you are no longer trading, you send me a dollar bill. By the way, if you're trading and you think you suck at trading, but you're still doing it, you send me the dollar bill. Fair enough? So there you go. Take your profits, because what is your goal? Your goal is to double your money, no more and no less. Now, here's something I realized the first time I did this, and this was a huge surprise to me. Huge. That if I followed those simple rules that I showed you on a 3x5 index card, what happens is you don't double your money. You triple it. You'll even quadruple it. You'll just keep going and keep going and going. What'll happen is the months will run out. It is truly amazing, but you've got to follow the rules, okay? We already looked at the Road to Wealth calculator here. I don't think there's too many charts. Oh, okay. I've been talking about small account. The larger accounts, it's the exact same thing that we just talked about. The only difference is for smaller accounts, you might only be able to buy 1 contract or 2 or maybe 3. Larger account contracts can buy 10. Maybe you can only afford to buy 5. That's okay. You scale. As you grow your account, you scale. You don't change a thing. You don't change profit taking. You don't change you don't change the trend indicator. You don't change the price action. You don't change the setups. You don't change your patience. You don't change anything at all, except You scale higher. You buy, if you can only start with one contract, you start with one, and then you move to two, then you move to three, something like that. I can tell you now with my little $3,000 account, I spend between. Uh, I, I'm sure I'm getting a lot of questions on this. I spend between 15 and 20% of my account per position. And I'm just going to stop that there because I think we're at the end. We'll go look at some charts. If anyone has any questions, please, please, please ask. Okay? I beg of you to ask. So let me make sure. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah. Think goals. Think goals. Each time you make your money, we call that a goal. You meet your goals. So if say you're taking profits and you post it in your trading room, wherever your trading room is, post, I made 3 goals today. So you might be in one position, you may have held it for 10 days, and the 10 days might equal 1 goal or 10 goals. Think of it that way. Think of, I just made a goal today, or I made 10 goals today. Think of it that way, okay? Because your goal is to make goals. All right, so yes, Lorene, yes, the 17 EMA, I'm sorry, the trend indicator, that's the green dots and the red dots, and that is nothing more than the 17 EMA. All right, I want to share something. This is the thing that will ruin you as a trader. This is the one thing that every trader has struggled with. This is the one thing that many, many, many traders still struggle with, and what I'm about to share with you, okay? So now we're looking at the market. There's the SPY right there. We all know that today's date is November 4th, 2024. We all know that tomorrow we elect a new president. We all know Thursday the Fed's, they're going to have some chit-chat decision on what they're going to do with the rates. We know that there's approximately about 1,500 stocks still due to report this coming week. Sorry, I just took a drink of water. That's a whole lot of mess going on this week, okay? A whole lot of mess. So, is the market right for you to trade? I don't care if you're looking long or short. My answer to that is a cold, hard no. And if you've been losing money, that's why. So my free tip for you tonight, with no charge at all, stop trading until this crazy week is over. Let's get a president elected. Let's get the Fed thing out of the way, and let's get these 1,500 companies reported so we can get back to some sort of normal movement, okay? So if you've been losing money, don't blame me. Don't blame the market. Nope, nope, nope. It's your fault and only your fault. Own it. So why not sit on your hands? What would be wrong with that? I'm sitting on my hands. Now, by the way, this morning I mentioned during the chart in chat that I had no positions. I was flat Friday. I forgot that I bought some Intel. I forgot. And early this morning, somebody reminded me. I didn't even open my account up because I thought I was flat. Nothing, zip. I had nothing. I did add to my Intel today. I did do that. But if it weren't for that, I'm not going to buy anything else. I'm not going to buy anything tomorrow. I guarantee it. I'm not going to buy anything Wednesday. I might buy something Thursday. I've got 210 trading days to double my money. You think I care if I miss a day of trading or 2 days? No. No. Right here is the number one thing that will blow your account up is lack of patience, okay? So learn patience. Let's see, H-Man GLW is a classic. Example, I took profits for 2 contracts, and one contract I held. It's now a loss. Yeah, but you took those 2, right? So here, look, here's the thing. You took, I don't know where you took it off. You took it off. You closed it out. Look at that candle. What does that candle tell you? It's going to move down. So maybe the thing to have done was to take all the contracts off. Look, if you are serious about increasing your account and maybe doubling your account, then you've got to really pay attention to what the chart is doing. That candle right there was screaming, get out. It's not screaming the chart's going to tank. No, that's not what that's screaming. What it's screaming is to get out of the way. So here it's pulling back, and it very well might come up. Maybe this week is unfair, but when you see something like that, you take your money when you get this kind of wick up here and be happy. So, but you're right. You take some money off the table if you're not paying attention to the candlesticks. It just dips down to the south side. And the reason I'm saying get out is last week we all knew what this week was going to be. We all knew that there's going to be election. That's not oh crap, I forgot. This week is the election. Oh my gosh. No, nobody did that. Everybody in trading knows that the Feds are going to talk Thursday. However, you might not have known that there's 1,500 companies going to report. Might not have known that. But like I said, get out of the way. Get out of the way of the bus, or it will run you over. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing that with us. That's the kind of stuff that I think makes a great trading room, is when you post that stuff. Thank you, H-Man. Zoe says, patience pays the bills. You are very correct. Thanks again, H-Man. I appreciate it. I didn't mean to pick on you there, but I wanted to use that as an example, so thank you. Okay, let's talk about charts. Does anyone have anything? Here, I'll start with the SPY. We'll pick it up. I think that is a setting up for a bearish H pattern. A bearish H pattern is bearish. I think it's setting up for a blue ice failure, and that's bearish. Here's something I'm going to do, just like I talked about. Okay, here's where I'm going to say something a little different. Remember I said the 3, let's see, bearishness, I want the 3 less than the 8. Oops, and I want the 8 less than the 17, right? Okay, on my chart, I don't use the 3 EMA. I don't use it because it makes the chart look like garbage. It really does. Here, I'll put it up and show you. Okay, let's see, put that back to last. Put that there. I mean, come on. That makes the chart look like some chicken scratch that a 2-year-old did. I do not like that on my chart. Another thing is you do not need that on your chart if you're looking at a 3/8 trap or anything. You do not need it. And I don't need it. So I'm going to take it off. All right. So when I talk about this, here's what I say. I don't say 3 because there'd be people, what 3? So here's what I say. Price is below the T line. T line is below the trend indicator. That's for bearishness. For bullishness, price here is above the T line, and the T line is above the trend indicator. That's bullish, that's bearish. That right there is the second thing that I won't charge you for that is worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. What you do with it after tonight, that's your business. But right there, there should be so many headlights just pop on. Oh my gosh. Right there should be one of the best things that you've learned tonight, outside of patience. That should be number 1. So let's take a look at, say, ZYME. And forget about the market for a moment. Okay, forget about the market for a moment. That is a beautiful bullish chart. Absolutely bullish. Very nice chart. What's the only negative about this chart? I'll share that with you. The SPY is no good. The market is not on your side. Look at FTDR. Beautiful chart. What's wrong with this chart outside of earnings right now? The market is junk. Take a look at Court. By the way, all these stocks are on the LTA scanner. That's where I got these. All on the LTA scanner. I didn't pre-check anything. I can bring the scanner up, right there. There it is. So I say they're all right there. Jay Clark, plug as a long. Yeah, plug is long. Plug's a nice chart today. Few people are in it, except you are right. On the 14th, it has earnings, but that doesn't mean you can't trade it between now and earnings, right up to earnings. The closer you get, maybe the riskier it gets. But I know at least one member that picked up some plug, and they're making out like a bandit on it right now. So nice. PLTR is setting up short. PLTR earnings today. Okay, gapping up. Oh, yeah, you're right. I see it up here. Right now, see, this would be a short setup for me. Price under the trend indicator, and tomorrow, if earnings didn't pop it up, price would be below the trend indicator here. But we've got an absolute reversal with earnings up. We just want to make sure now the earnings keeps it up, okay? Well, yep, that's an absolute move up. But that doesn't, I want to make this very, very clear, okay? Up until this had earnings, say today, that's what this looked like. That's a, oh, what's wrong with my mouse? It's me. That's a bearish setup. This right here is not quite bearish. One more day down, this would be a bearish setup. We're following the trend indicator, the red and green. And because of the earnings, it's going to kick it back up. We'll see if it stays there in the morning, okay? Just take a look at some of these charts right here. To the long side, these are longs. Look at those. Those are the kind of charts that I look at during the day, just coming from the scanner that Ed just posted a link out to. Right there. It's not rocket science. Here it is. So anyway, I don't want to get carried away here. What time is it? Okay. Any other charts anyone wants to talk about? And yes, there are shorts out there. I do have some of those written down. AXP. Look at AXP. That's setting up to the short side. Because I'm following what price and what the trend indicator is doing. Here we have a gap down, a high. Here we rally down. We have a failed high, and now we're under the trend indicator. The only way for this to get bullish is if it comes back up above the trend indicator. This is a good example right here. This is a good example right there. Okay. CCG, Mike. I'm sorry, Trader X. I'll come back to LW, okay? CCG. That's a political CGC. Yeah, that's a political trade in my opinion. So, I mean, it looks good. It really does. But I think overall this is a political trade. So let the politics shake out and then let's see what it does. I mean, bottom line, if CGC is going to be bullish and if it's going to get high, that's my pot joke for the night. If it's going to get high, you'll have plenty time to get in it. All right, plenty time. You don't have to get in it right now. So this, to me, again, is a political trade. Not worth it, in my opinion. LW. LW is a beautiful trade. Absolutely beautiful. Don't you agree, Trader X? I mean, look at that beautiful trend right there. All it's done is moving sideways. Just a nice, smooth little move. This is what we call a box right through here. Let me draw that box in there. That's just a box. And then, you know, pop out of the box is what we generally call it. Of any buying in here would make sense right now, maybe. And then, of course, on that breakout, that's the pop right there. Look at the trend. Look at the trend. The trend. There we go. Look at that trend right there. Just follow the green dots. Beautiful trend. And then we've got MAS short. Yes, this is what we would call a blue ice failure. You can see that price is price is below the T line. T line's below the trend indicator. Follow the little green dot, little red dots. And in this one here, you can see that we're above the lowest. We're above the lowest, above the lowest low in the past 5 days. So now what we're looking for is a sell signal. Now that's what I'm going to wait for, a sell signal. So far, there is no sell signal up here, as far as I'm concerned. Now, a lot of people might be shorting it here. There's nothing wrong with that. Every trader has their way of entering a chart. The only way it's wrong is if you're not making money. If you're not making money, then whatever you're doing is wrong. If you're making money, then what you're doing is right. Pretty doggone simple when you break it down like that. NVIDIA, long? No. Whoops. No. NVIDIA is not long to me. Now, Gary, so let's think about this. Everybody and their brother says NVIDIA goes higher. I agree, but there's not a long trade here. Where's the buy signal? Where's the buy signal? I'm not an early buyer. If you're looking for somebody out there to give you trade ideas that is going to get you in on the bottom floor, I'm not your guy. I'm just not that guy. It's not going to happen, not any which way from Sunday. There's no buy signal, right? So let's talk about that. What would be a buy signal? Well, how about something like this? How about a big old bullish engulf? But nobody wants that. Everybody wants to get in early. Why? Why do you want to buy early? I could talk about this for the next 9 hours by buying early. A buy signal for me right now, a couple of things that I would have to see is right here is the 50% retracement. So I'm going to call that. Whoops. Well, we can get rid of that. I know where it is now. There we go. Over 138.78, this becomes a possible buy. Another thing is trading 101, and people pay thousands of dollars to learn what I'm about to show you. So this is the third thing I'm going to show you that's absolutely free of charge. And I know people that seriously pay $10, $15, $20,000 to learn this one thing. This is the only thing they learn from a 6-week class. The only thing. Low, high. You must have a higher low and then a higher high before it becomes a buy. Now, I can't say that's going to be the high. We could actually move up a little higher, and I'm still going to say the same thing. You're going to have, I will change a couple of things. Let's say it moves up higher. You're going to have a low, a high, a higher low, or just consolidation, and then a higher high. And that becomes the new trading floor. That's what is required. If you want to double your money, if you want to get serious about trading, you have to wait for the setups. You cannot front run positions. I don't care what Hootie Tootie said that NVIDIA is going to $1,000. You're not trading what Hootie Tootie says. You're trading what the chart is telling you and what you've learned. Hootie Tootie. I like that. That's going to be our new word. So thank you, Gary. I hope that made sense a little bit. Okay. GL. And by the way, I want to share something here too. Look, Gary might have bought it today. I might have hurt his feelings. I don't know. Gary might be planning to buy it tomorrow if it's sitting, opens up right here. And you know what? Gary might be right. That thing might start ripping and go. That's perfectly fine. Everybody has to have their way to enter a trade. I've got my way. I only want to enter after Gary buys it. It's like, go ahead. You do it first. You do it first, and then I'll just follow behind you. That's the kind of trader I am. So thanks, Gary. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me kind of go on about that too, okay? CLM. Good son. CLM. Nice chart. Looks a little weird to me. I don't know what it is. I don't like the candle thing. It looks weird to me, okay? So I would never trade that because of it. But that doesn't change the fact. Price above the T-line above the trend indicator. Let's look at the weekly chart. Nice belt hold, rounded bottom breakout. Target-wise, that's exactly what I would look at with maybe a couple of stops in the middle there. Back to the daily. There you go. I mean, overall, it's a good chart. I just wouldn't trade. It looks funny to me. Okay. So I don't eat food that looks funny either. So just me. Hey, Trader X, THC. Well, is it THC is also setting up long after a huge pop pullback? Buyers showing up. Yes, very much so. Absolutely. Earnings well down the road. So here we have this downtrend here. Totally agree with you. I could see buying this chart in this area here or that breakout. That's a nice chart. I'm going to flag that one. Thank you very much, Trader X. Here's the weekly. That's a nice chart. That's an excellent looking chart. Thank you. Yeah. Let's see, Stefan, the fastest setting up long. It could be, yes. It's going to have to break out here. It's got all the makings for it, yes. Earnings plenty far away. So here, let's do it by the numbers. So you've got price. Whoops, not quite what I wanted. Pin. Price above the T-line above the trend indicator. Look at that trend. You've got a nice gap. That's a good looking chart. Let's look at the weekly. You can see, wow, what a nice cup. Oh my goodness sakes. You've got a nice bullish pattern here, a bullish W pattern. You've got a great cup. That's a nice chart. I'm going to flag that one too. Thank you very much. So now, where do you buy it? Buy the breakout, maybe. I know that some people are looking at this top. Maybe this thing hasn't pulled back quite enough yet. Maybe it needs more of a rest. Regardless, it doesn't matter to me because I'm going to wait for the bulls to step in. It doesn't matter to me if I don't get some super duper price. I want to see the bulls. If it pulls back and gets maybe more looking like this right here, over here, and then the bulls step in, then that might be the buy for me right there. It's a nice chart. Just may not be in prime time right now. Dell was along last couple days. Let's see what's doing today. Yeah, Dell is still long. Yeah, Dell is bullish. Look at the weekly chart there. Price above the T-line above the trend indicator. Look at the beautiful green trend, right? Dell is just trying to get through this area yet. Next target up is about 149.50. But I totally agree that Dell is looking good and bullish at the moment, yes. Hey, Hawk, is there a candle pattern for BKR? Let's go look. Um, yeah, actually there is. One of our the Doug Campbell, who runs Right Way Options in our family, named this, and it's called a Fig Newton chart pattern, and it's where you have a bullish candle, not so bullish, and a bullish candle. It's like the Fig Newton cookie. You got the cookie on the outside, the fig in the middle, and the cookie on the outside. But yeah, that's a great looking chart, by the way. So what we're looking at is follow through from there, from that. So you're already in this, I know that. But for somebody looking to buy it, you see this now, you want to buy that follow through on that chart. So I think that's a great looking chart. And another thing to do that I do a lot of is I don't go down in time frame so much as I go up in time frame. I want to see what it looks like longer term. I mean, just take a look at that 3-bar chart, 3-day chart. That looks great. There's your weekly chart right there. Here's the weekly chart. Look at that little J hook in there. So you can see we're just trying to make that, break out of that little J hook area. When I said I didn't mean to say I don't go in down in time frames. The 3-bar chart or the 130-minute chart I like a lot. That's this right here. And I do look at the hourly a lot. All trading is off. 99% of the trading is off the daily chart. Okay. Hey guys, I see Ed just posted that link out for the 14-day LTA trial. I can't recommend this any more than I do now. I mean, I will give you blood if this thing, the LTA scanner. I don't know. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread. That's all I can say. It's where it's at. I couldn't double the account if it wasn't for it. Okay, so Ed popped out the link for the $7 30-day trial if anyone is interested. Thank you very much. And that blue ice failure ebook, that's worth a grab too. Please don't forget. Please don't forget. Get that link. I'm going to post this in here again. Okay. Copy this link and put it somewhere so you can go back to it. All right. So you can go visit that calculator. Please do that. H-Man, FSLR. Let's see here. FS. Yeah, and then let's call it an evening coming up here pretty quick, okay? Blue ice failure. No. It hasn't failed it yet, has it? And believe me, that's not a failure. No, that's not a failure. So, look, a failure is when it fails. It has not failed. All it did was come up and kiss it. That's all. That's all it's done here. A failure would be from here, it starts rolling over. There's no failure there. See right here, there's a blue ice failure right there. See right here, there's a blue ice failure. Here, and the failure, by the way, this is setting up for a blue ice failure. This is a blue ice failure. I don't know that this is setting up for that blue ice failure. In fact, I'm going to make an argument that, could this be actually carving out a bottom? I mean, look at that big candle that popped up here, belt hold. We're above that belt hold. Could we be carving out a bottom? It's possible. So, no, to me, that's not a blue ice failure. Rig. I like that. Look at that. Gap. Ooh, I like that a lot. Island reversal. Gap up. Fig Newton chart pattern over the 50-period moving average. This is not a rounded bottom breakout, but it's awfully darn close. But it's not quite. I'm going to flag that. Earnings in February. I like that chart. Thank you, Mike. That's a nice chart. All right, since nobody has anything tight below the last thing I put in there, let's call this a night. I absolutely want to say thank you to everybody. I appreciate it. I scared myself. I just looked over at the recorder, and I actually have 2 recorders going. One is for drawing, and I realized that it wasn't on, but the recorder that I actually recorded on is on. It's like, oh no. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Look, and I'm serious. If you want to, you follow along, just make sure that you answer our email, or, you follow our emails, follow me on social media. I'll post things out there about the Road to Wealth account. Obviously, and there is no ifs, ands, or buts. Members are going to by far get more information on how the account is doing, trades, all this and all that, and that's just logic, right? So don't get your feelings hurt. But you can certainly follow along, and anytime we have an open house, open the room, please come in the room, check it out. If you're interested in that 30-day trial, take that. Outside of that, I'm done tonight. Hawk, Billy, Joel, Daniel, Brad, Larry, that's the only names I can see. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everybody else. Most of all, I want to thank Hit Run Candlesticks for making this all possible. Thank you so very much, everybody. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow.